In this short video, I want to illustrate what a short sale is, buying short or buying on margin, or a margin sale. And what you do with this is you don't have to initially put down any cash for it, but you do have to be responsible for the loan. It's an effective loan that you're taking out in terms of stock, actual stock. And if you mess up that stock, you are going to have to pay back the equivalent of whatever that stock is worth when you get the margin call, when you get the person who owns the stock saying to the broker, I need my stock back, and the broker sends you an email saying, give me the stock back. So you're going to have to be very careful with the stock. Now you can essentially borrow stock and play around with it and be responsible with it, and then you're going to have to give it back one day, soon. All right, you can't keep it for very long. And there are other rules too, but this is the basic idea. All right. So say you have a stock that in the days, it's rising and it gets to $5 a share, but or you suspect, you have good data to convince you of this, that it's going to fall throughout the rest of the day. Maybe, just by patterns or whatnot. Okay, this is risky. Now, if you could see the orders, all right, if you could see the list waiting there, and you don't have to execute them all at once. You do have to be reasonably responsible with the process. They need to get executed within the paraframes of the order, the confines of the order. But if you have an order there that says good till canceled, or a day order, that means it's open until 4 o'clock. Oh man, you can do all sorts of stuff with that if you can see those orders. Market makers can, okay, see those orders. But anyway, let's just think you think it's going to fall. So what you do right at this moment, okay, is you tell your broker, or if you're the money maker, excuse me, I meant money maker, not market maker. You borrow somebody's stock. Now you can legally do this. The SEC lets you do this. You borrow the stock, okay. So let's say you decide to borrow right here 1,000 shares. Now you don't have to buy it, so you don't have to dish out $5,000 because you're borrowing. And your broker gets it for you. Now, because it's a loan, okay, the broker wants a little bit of interest, for depending on how long you keep the stock. And then once you make the sale, he's going to get a little bit of a commission price. So you're going to have to pay maybe $30 or something like that if you do it within the day for something like this. But watch what happens. So you buy 5,000 shares at $5, and you sell it right away. Okay, so you sell. You no longer have it. Instead, you have $5,000. Okay? And then you wait a couple hours because the stock is going down. Now this is making a lot of people unhappy unless you did something like this. Okay? And let's say it gets down to, it takes another dip and gets down to $1. Let's just say it's $1 down here at 3 p.m. You know what you can do now? Okay, because you still owe somebody 1,000 shares. Now you have $5,000 in your account, because you borrowed these shares and sold them off. But you're going to have to give someone those 1,000 shares back. The person doesn't want, you're not talking money here, you're talking about shares of the stock, XYZ or whatever. So what you need to do here now is buy 1,000 shares to get, and you're going to have to give it back, right? But so now you buy 1,000 shares, and it cost you $1,000. But you now have 1,000 shares of, what is this, XYZ. So you dish this out. I mean, for you it's a negative. For you up here, this was a positive. Okay, but you're meeting your obligations, because now you can just click the button and send this back to the broker, and you're free of your loan. You're saying, I paid you. Here's the stock back. Thank you very much for letting me borrow it for the day. How much money did you make on this? On this fall, you made $4,000. Okay, so see, this is very tempting for people because you don't have to put an outlay of cash at the beginning. You just borrow, and you do this, and then all of a sudden you have $4,000 in your account. That is legally yours. But you see, how do you know it's falling? And are you going to be controlled enough to sell it, like right here, instead of thinking, oh, I'm going to wait for it to fall away down here, and then all of a sudden so this is not as easy as it sounds. It's tricky, and I don't know if it's actually a good use of the money. That's a primary concern, is good stewardship. And this is, you need to make sure that whatever you do with this, it's never a legitimate 50-50 gamble. Then you might as well just go to Vegas for that. Okay, and that is not God honoring. So, assessing the risk and all this and your own temperament as a person, can you handle the temptation this might be to do stuff like this? Because, again, if you buy right here and you sell at 5,000 and this thing never falls and it goes up to $8, you're going to have to pay get those stocks. They don't want your money, they want stocks. So now you're going to have to dish out 8,000, and now you're 3,000 in the hole, and you never had money to begin with because it was all borrowing and selling. So where are you going to get those few thousand? It's very easy to do this wrong. In fact, the housing crisis of 2008, I believe, late 2007, early 2008 for the housing. A lot of it had to do with banks that did a bad margin sale. It wasn't this short. I mean, they were waiting for this thing over months, but it was horrible for them. They didn't know it didn't happen as they thought it would, and they couldn't pay it back. So anyway, that's how you do a short sale. Okay, it has its own appeals, and it allows you to make money when the markets are going down. So if this is called buying short. Buying long is trying to make money when it goes up. So you buy low, sell high. If you can have your hands on these stocks and you have a little bit of advanced information based on the orders you have sitting in your computer. Your computer does this, you don't, but the computer can see this. You can make money up or down. All right, so you're not committed to a growth up. You can very quickly be invested in a growth down. You want the thing to fall. So now, let's just say your clients don't understand this, and they don't understand what you can do, and they're giving you all these orders hoping, I need to see this stock grow. And you're thinking, thank you for your orders. It's actually going to fall because I can make money doing it legally. So you're not going to make any money this day, but I am. And it's a common practice.